Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel up in the GMS Camp Atlanta. Coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. So we have here this story. It says, calls for change after white supremacist hate group marches through downtown Nashville. All right, so you have these white supremacists that are marching against Esau, okay, while marching against himself. So I'm gonna start off with a quick precept. Then we're gonna read some of this article. This is Mark 3:25. And it reads, if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And what you're seeing is the division of the house of Esau. The house of Esau is being divided against itself because they have a problem with the people that are running the show. Now, for the longest time, they didn't have any problem with the people that was running the show because they benefited from it. They benefited from all of the evil that they were doing to all of the other nations. Now, the nations are bucking back against Esau, Edom. Okay, and the things that Esau, Edom has been doing to these other nations is now starting to happen to them. Okay, and they don't like it, so they're marching on their capital. Just like, Jake would, petition the government to have certain things changed, and they would never get changed. Well, Esau is petitioning the government to change certain things, and they won't change. So now it's getting to a point to where Esau is getting fed up. So this says around 200 Patriots front members wearing masks walked across Lower Broadway and through downtown Nashville on Sunday carrying Confederate flags and upside down American flags. Anytime you turn a flag upside down, I think it means, let me see, I forgot what it means. All right, so it says that an upside down flag is considered a peaceful form of protest, and it represents a country in distress. Right? So these Edomites are saying the country is in distress, which America is in distress because America has fallen. The Lord said that Babylon will fall, and it wouldn't be healed, and then Babylon is falling, and it's not going to be healed. All right, and it says Nashville, a hate group of white. Now listen to this. Listen to this. They're actually saying that these people are a hate group. It says Nashville, Tennessee, a hate group of white supremacists took over parts of downtown Nashville over the weekend with what's being called a disturbing march. Mayor Freddie O'Connell is now pushing for change to keep this from happening again. There's nothing you can do about this because these people are going to start becoming more and more riled up as the system collapses, because this is their system, this is their heaven that they had, and they're losing it. So of course, just like a flame flickers more violently when it's about to go out, so too Esau will flicker more violently and become more violent as things start to fall apart more. It says the group that marched past City Hall is called Patriot Front. The Southern Poverty Law Center has designated the group as a white nationalist hate group. The Anti-Defamation League also said that its members believe their ancestors conquered America and left it only for them. Okay, so this is that Aryan Brotherhood, white power, type thing, from way back in the day, coming back into light. It never really went anywhere. It's just that, they covered it up. It wasn't publicized, it wasn't mainstream, but now that things are falling apart, Esau's going back into that spirit that he was once in, okay? Around 200 members wearing masks walked across Lower Broadway and through downtown Nashville on Sunday carrying Confederate flags and upside-down American flags. Metro Nashville government officials said that they did not have a permit but proceeded to block off roads on their own. Now, where was the police? Now, if that was Jake, they would have been out there. right? Says the NAACP Nashville chapter president Jonathan Williamson said he was shocked to see a video of a group chanting hateful rhetoric on their way to the Capitol, Legislative Plaza, and City Hall. Okay, and it says it was very disturbing. Very disturbing, Williamson said. We are not backing down from fear. We are going to attack with love. Yeah, let's see if that love saves you guys. We are going to work with our mayor's office to put strategies in place so if these vigilantes want to come to do these acts again, there will be a different result. Mayor O'Connor posted on social media saying he refuses for this behavior to be normalized, and the city is looking at how they can address the group's unlawful activity. All right. So I'm going to play this video right here, and then we're going to go into these precepts, because what's happening is again, Esau's system is divided. Okay. You got the Edomites at the top that aren't feeding the Edomites at the bottom, and they're starting to buck. All right. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Groups are on the rise in Tennessee. That's according to new data out from the Southern Poverty Law Center. Thank you for joining us for News 2 at 4. I'm Mark Kelly. In fact, just this weekend, the white supremacist group Patriot Front marching in downtown Nashville. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains the trends and the impact.
The sounds of hate making noise in Music City. Experts say these people are members of the white nationalist group Patriot Front, founded in 2017 after breaking off from the group that led the deadly Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Patriot Front is a white nationalist hate group. Their overarching goal is to create a white ethno-state.
According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, Patriot Front was in Tennessee by 2019. The SPLC says they're one of 37 hate and anti-government groups recorded in the state in 2023, 4 more than the year before.
The increase of white nationalist groups in the United States is driven primarily by their own perception that they're driving GOP policy, and that's attractive to the individuals who are part of this movement.
Not only are the number of groups increasing, but also their activity. In 2023, the Anti-Defamation League recorded close to 350 incidents involving hate and anti-government groups in Tennessee, more than double the number of incidents from the year before.
We'll be having a Nazi march here in downtown Nashville.
This past February, members of the neo-Nazi group Blood Tribe took to downtown Nashville wearing masks and carrying swastika flags. The marches are part of a troubling trend in Tennessee that has a big impact.
The more they're out in the street, the more that they're harassing children outside of drag shows, for example, or yelling at Nashville residents while they march through your city. The more they do that, the more attention they get on their alt-tech platforms where they distribute propaganda, and the more that ecosystem grows.
And the more trauma it causes for the target.
Yeah, so you get the point. You know, they're marching for the purpose of, revitalizing the old way. All right. So you got all of these different white supremacist groups that are marching in Tennessee. Which, if you know anything about Tennessee, Tennessee is definitely a racist and white supremacist state. They all are. Some more than others, right? But as you can see, Esau is getting fed up with Esau. All right. So I'm gonna go on with this Mark, and it says this is verse 26, and it says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. You see that? So Esau's house is coming to an end because they're rallying against each other. They're fighting against one another, and these fights against one another are going to escalate. And it's going to be a race war as well, because hey, have you seen that movie? What's the name of that movie that just came out? I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was on that just came out not too long ago. Civil War. Yeah, Civil War. So you're going to start having instances where people are going to be at each other's throats, and Esau is definitely going to be at Esau's throat more so than anybody else's. All right, he's going to get Jake, but Esau going to be getting Esau. So this is Isaiah 19:2, it says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor." I'm sorry, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. So you see, the Lord said that he was going to set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and that goes into, America is the modern day Egypt, all right, and Sodom and Gomorrah, all right. So you're starting to see that these Edomites are rallying together to fight against each other, all right, and that's just going to increase over time. It's not gonna stop because the government is not going to stop. So, the patriots that love these countries, those good old boys, are going to get up in arms about it, man. And this is just prophecy coming to pass. These things have to happen. These people don't know that everything is being steered by the Lord, and the Lord is making all of these things happen to fulfill prophecy. And it says, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. This is, I mean, you got to understand the validity of what this is actually saying. There's going to be wars within the cities, wars between the countries at the same time. So at the same time, America is going to be fighting wars against its enemies. It's going to be wars fought within the country, civil war. All right. And that's a lot to handle. How can America stand when you're fighting an outside war and an inside war at the same time? It cannot. Okay. So let me go to the 1611 because we bring out this precept a lot. Second Ezra is the 15th chapter. And it's necessary to continuously bring it out because these things are coming to pass. All right. This is what's happening right now. Yeah. Second Ezra's 15th chapter, I think it's the 16th verse. Yeah, it says, "For there should be sedition among men." Well, I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another with and swords in their hands." And the modern day sword is the gun. Okay, the modern day sword is the gun, and and there's going to be a lot of gunfire and a lot of bloodshed out here on the streets. All right, it's not going to just simply be a couple of fights here and there. No, this is going to be an all-out war. Just like in that movie Civil War, you had a scene where you had this Edomite who walked up to these Jakes and said, "What kind of American are you?" And they would announce what city and that they were from, what state that they were from. And when he got to the Asian guy, he said, "What kind of American are you?" And he says, "I'm from China." And he killed him right then and there on the spot. So those are the things that, I know it seemed like a movie, but those are the type of things that's going to be happening for real. People are going to die just from walking around outside. Okay? This is going to be crazy. And it says it right here. And it says, "For there should be sedition among men. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into it." See, Salaki. So they're not going to regard their kings and princes. Now, as you can see, this was a march of Edomite men on the capital. Okay, so this is the precursor. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that. So yeah, so as I was saying, these people are marching on their capital. They're going against their governors. They're going against those people that are making the laws. Okay, and it's only a matter of time before this thing just completely spirals 100% out of control. All right, so let's go back here. I'm going to read this again. It says, "For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able." Okay, so you ain't going to be able to travel. Just like what happened in that movie. They was traveling along the street and then they got railroaded. And they got put into a place where they got taken out their cars, and they were put into a place where they had to sit in front of people with guns, pleading for their lives, and they couldn't move anymore. And most of them got killed. The black guy got killed. The 2 Asian dudes got killed, and I believe one of the black reporter got killed. So Esau is telling you what's about to happen. All right, these things are going to happen, and they're going to happen sooner than what people think. America is at the point of breaking. Babylon is not going to be healed. Babylon is going to be destroyed. And it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. For their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Okay. So, and you're going to be afraid. You're not going to want to go outside. You're not going to want to see what's going on, because these people are going to continuously harass and kill those people that they see coming outside. All right. It's going to be a very dangerous world, a very different and very dangerous world than the world we see right now. And on top of that, there's going to be wars within and wars without. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to continue on. Well, you know what? That was pretty much the point right there. There's more neighbors spoiling their neighbor's house for their goods because it's not going to be any food. And we're seeing the beginning of that right now in the grocery stores. There's shortages everywhere, and it's just not spoken about. All right, I go shopping every day at the grocery store. First and foremost, prices are going up like crazy, right? And there's also shortages. And it's just a matter of time before the food supply chain completely breaks down. And there is literally nothing out here. And what do you think these people are going to do when that happens fully? What do you think they're going to do? Okay. So, that was pretty much it. And with that, I pray that you were edified. Salakia, again, had to take that call. I pray that you was edified. So I'm going to end it off by giving all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next time, I say Shalom.